I'm not saying and policing other people's opinions, right? I am saying, like, as an individual, we should all be accountable for how we perceive other people, right? Like, in reality, if I am posting something, I'm looking at it through how do I want to be perceived, right? And then it is my responsibility if someone perceives it inaccurately. Like, I do have the ability to step up and say, no, this is not how I am, or this is the reason as to why I'm posting this, right? I do have the ability to speak up about myself. Um, so I'm not sitting there saying that people can't have their own opinions, but at the end of the day, it is everybody's responsibility to respect another opinion, right? Like, if if Charlotte is posting on social media her lingerie, right? She is selling a product. It might be attention grabbing and emotional provoking for me for whatever reason. I need to check myself and say, well, why is it doing that? But also, it is Charlotte's responsibility if someone were to come at her the wrong way. Like, she can validate and say, like, and have her voice, like, no, this is not me as a person. This is what I'm selling, right? We have to separate the social media from actual reality. Yes, right now, social media is very confused with reality, but there are particular people that need to keep it separated because it's not reality, right? Like, I mean, I'm not suppressing anybody's opinion, but like, I am still speaking up for the fact that that's not me as a person of whatever I'm presenting. But I'm also like just trying to correct if someone has a misperception of me as a person.
Yeah, but my question to you is, you use words such as responsible, use words such as accountability. So my question to you is, why am I not free to have my own personal opinion about whatever someone's posting on public domain, absent of responsibility and absent of accountability? So it's an interesting question I'm asking you, because if you're going to push for accountability and responsibility, then you're effectively policing. So why can't I do those things absent of responsibility and accountability?
I didn't say you couldn't.
Right.
I did
No,
not say that you couldn't have your own opinion,
you
but
said we
you
have
also
to
have to
be.
be accepting of what someone else is telling you.
You
Like, you
said
can have
that
your
we
own
have to
opinion, but
be
if Charlotte's saying
responsible,
that this,
Lindsay. You said, yeah, I wrote down what you said. You
But
said
she
that we
okay,
just
have to
said
be
she
responsible
said
and
she
accountable.
said that people are gonna have their own opinion, right?
And
It's
and
her
listen,
job.
Charlotte,
Hold on.
Charlotte,
She
let me
said
finish
it's
this,
her
Charlotte,
job
Charlotte,
as
Charlotte, let
hold
me
on,
finish the
Burrow.
point.
No,
You keep
I was talking.
interjecting me to say nothing.
I was talking.
Seriously.
No,
All right,
you're
guys.
You
All right,
interjecting.
interrupted him though.
all
No,
right,
you
all right.
interrupt me to say nothing.
But let
Seriously.
hold on. Let Guru respond, and then Charlotte
Let
can
yeah, because
respond, and
Guru
then
was talking at the moment.
and then
Yeah,
Charlotte and
because he's
Lindsay.
rude. He's
But what I'm
rude.
saying is, all I'm just asking you, just be consistent in terms of when you mention like we ought to be responsible and accountable. That in and of itself is a prescription, and when there's prescriptions, it alludes to there's some form of policing. That if we're being irresponsible, and
It sounds like you're
if we're
what she
not
said.
holding ourselves accountable and how we perceive people, then we're being irresponsible. We're not being accountable. So what? Why can't I be free to have my opinions about how someone, what I view about someone, is equally they're free to wear whatever they want to wear? Why do I have to be accountable and responsible? In other words, then by that logic, then why aren't you telling those people they should be accountable and responsible in terms of what they put on social media? So the viewer has to be responsible and accountable based on their perception, but you want to arguably say the people that are putting themselves on public display are not should be accountable and responsible? That's nonsense, right?
no, I'm saying everybody needs to be responsible. Like, if we're sitting in a platform and presenting something, trying to sell something, like, that is the niche that we're in. Like, I'm not sitting there saying that you have to change your perception at all. You Everybody has a right to their opinion, but we also have to sit back and listen. If Charlotte is presenting like, no, that's not me as a person, we have to sit there and accept that, right? Like, we have to be able to challenge and accept ourselves, and like, oh man, I might have perceived that the wrong way. Like, what builds you as a person is going to create this reaction to whatever is posted, right? And as posters,
You're
we have to understand that this is what we're posting and it's going to get a reaction. So like on both sides, you have to be responsible and accountable, not to suppress anything, but like when we're going into any type of conversation, whether it's social media or in person, we can't sit there and say like someone's opinion is wrong. We have to sit there and listen like open-minded. Like that's how you get growth, grow into a conversation of like learning.
Though. You're talking past first impression. That's what you're talking about right now.
But that's where this whole conversation came from.
What is first perceived as upon seeing. When you start seeing someone scantily clad, most people, let's talk about majority wise, not saying individual situations, first things that can come to mind. Now, ideally, you wouldn't want people to judge you just off of that. But guess what? That's first impressions has its positive and it has its negative. You have to have first impressions positive when you meet someone and you're trying to get to know them. Oh, but look at what I'm seeing so far. I don't know. And that's your guard. But then second, it's like negative, what people taking it from what you're not trying to perceive, but is there. First impressions has a place. And that's what we're talking about. You're talking about, okay, after that first impression was given, then now we're having a conversation to break it down and to clarify.
I think also to clarify on Lindsay's behalf, to be fair, Lindsay did say everyone needs to be responsible and accountable. However, she never said that anyone has to change their opinion. Right. She never said that anyone has to change anything. She's just, whether it was contradiction, not whatever, she's just saying that, you know, you can have whatever perception you want, but there was never a statement where she said anyone had to actually change their opinion.
And there might be a first impression, but like whatever like, if you have a reaction to it and you post something, that's beyond first impression. That's where a conversation starts, right? So that's where you can correct any type of misperception.
Right. So just so we're clear. Men aren't getting married because Charlotte's on Instagram in lingerie.
Right.
Okay. Hey.
Right.
There we go. Yes. Men.
Logging off. I'm good then.
Guru.
Honey.
Go ahead, Chill. Hold on. Go ahead, Chill.
I mean, I was just going to tell the fellas. I mean, that's he was right, because men, we go for women who don't really have a big social media footprint. You know what I'm saying? Because we know a lot of ladies, if you read their mail and you check their, and not their actual email, but you peep how they live on the internet, man, that's going to tell you a lot about them. They post a certain picture showing body parts, you know what I'm saying, twerking a little something. And you know what I'm saying? Men are like, okay, I'll take her for an easy layup, but I'm not going to invest in her.
So what about the women that do have a big social media presence, but not posting pics like that, not twerking, and not getting down like that? Then what?
I was going to say, it depends on why they have a big social media following.
Right.
You know?
Like, what if that's another form of income for them?
We know what Chill talking about.
Yeah, because there are definitely two sides when it comes to that, because you do have some respectable women that are on the platform. I'm gonna throw this name out here. I know everybody probably don't like her, but we can look at Candace Owens as one. She just popped my head.
Oh, jeez.
I love Candace Owens, man. I love her.
In the sense of what we're talking about, not what. Just keep listening. Keep listening.
The point I'm trying to make is, because Chill was saying they want to go for a woman that doesn't have that big imprint. But my sister was saying, what if they do and they're not online doing that? And that's an example of a woman, despite her views, she's not on there twerking, she's not doing this and that, and she has a major platform. All of y'all know who she is. Mm-hmm. So I mean, and she definitely is making a living from it. So
okay, I got a response to that. I have a response to that. So what a person, their content matters. Okay, Candace Owens ain't out here twerking and ain't showing no skin or whatever, but the things that she say about black men resonate with me. I don't mess with her, and I wouldn't mess with her if, you know what I'm saying? So yes, that is a problem. It's all about what you post. You know what I'm saying? You might be the biggest, I'm B1, I love my black people, but if your content is, you know what I'm saying, constantly disparaging black men, then you know what I'm saying? That's gonna, sway my opinion about you too. And that's why I don't rock with her. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
Everybody was like, Candace.
Well, me personally, I rock with Candace. I don't have a problem with her.
It's the same
person. I don't.
officer didn't kill George Floyd. She said Ahmaud Arbery was a hoax. She said Breonna Taylor was a drug dealer who caused her own death.
Hold on, we're getting into something that we probably don't need to venture out into.
I will say all of y'all are intelligent. I will say, just off the record, please go and watch that documentary she did about the Black Lives Matter movement. She did a phenomenal job. I mean, she really did a phenomenal job.
So this is what I'm saying. You can look at this. This is a little off topic. I mean, we wasn't really talking about, but
she's inflammatory.
But what we gotta look at is definitely when people are pushing like about her views and what she talks about. You're not gonna agree with everything someone says. You don't have to hate them though because you don't agree with them. And then she might have things that's like way off the wall. I don't agree with. But if you watch other things she says, she's very on point, especially when it comes to dating and relationships and the breakdown of the family structure. A lot of what encouraged me to do what I'm doing is her content. But all right. On that note, I'm going to play another video, right? And I would like a reaction to this. So hold on, let me cue it up.
Chill, you look like you posing for a picture, like you got an album cover.
Well, y'all talk about us, ladies. I do.
Young Women Entertainment Records coming to y'all.
Y'all say we not smart. Y'all say we not smooth. So how do these that's not smart, not smooth, not keep finessing you? How? If it's not you, how do that's not smart? How do that don't got, don't do, don't give you? How they keep getting over on you? Who is it? If it's not smart, if we got no game, if we don't know how to cheat, who is it? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm saying y'all not vetting these, bruh. Y'all do invest. You let him tell you he got some plans for you and you start investing immediately. Y'all don't require no type of evidence for. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, who was you before you got here? What do you provide yourself? Do you feel safe in your own skin?
Hey, can
what does that? Y'all don't have none of these answers from nobody, and then y'all come back outside and talk about it's a shortage. Beloved, you never had the answers to the test.
All right.
I hate when guys say beloved. That is so irritating to me.
The word beloved?
Beloved. Just stop. Beloved. I hate it. Yeah.
All right. So real quick on that note, speaking of that specific topic, how do y'all feel about the fact that a lot of women are not vetting men? Because this kind of goes back to what we were talking about originally, right? So as far as not vetting men correctly, which is causing the same exact cycle of, the hatred. I believe that a lot of women, not all, because we got to say not all now, right? Because we don't say not all and we're going to get killed. But not all, but the majority of women have a deep hatred towards men because of the lack of vetting. So let's talk about that real quick before we
I just want to put this on record, and then I'll let everybody go. I think that guy's a snake, and he's a demon-possessed pervert, because more times than often he'll sit there and say how strong African American women are. That's great. Especially if he leaves that perception. They're strong. They're very intelligent. And then when he argues he argues from conveniency and inconveniency, and now he's talking about, oh, how do you guys allow these men to use you and manipulate you? But I thought, sir, your message typically is how strong and independent they are, and men are intimidated by them. How is a group of men that are how is it there's a group of women that men are intimidated by? Now you're saying they're being used and cheated on. So he's a child of Satan. I don't trust that guy, man. I don't have no comments.
Oh man,
it does sound like he kind of had like a little personal thing going on with that.
Yeah, I've never seen him speak with that much passion.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Oh,
go ahead, Miranda.
I kind of forgot, but no, I was just gonna say. I mean, as far as like how are women and stuff getting played and whatnot, I think we can just kind of go back to the what we usually talk about, which is the power structure, the family structure, having certain role models and things in your household. And I think sometimes, especially with there being an increase of single mothers, It's just a lot of children having children, and I don't think a lot of us are being taught correctly on how to vet someone out, how long or what type of questions to even ask. Maybe a lot of women are very behind clearly on what they need to actually be putting some light on in the beginning versus now he got the draws and now you start to see, now you got the questions, but now it's too late. Right. You've already got played. So yeah, I think it just comes.
Vaughn, what's your thoughts on that, brother?
Yeah, my thoughts on that is it goes back to my statement, man, the quality statement. I think, and I'm keeping realistic, I think a lot of females, and this is not just female, I'm going to go to the men too. I think a lot of females, they try to date outside of their bracket. And I think a lot of dudes do the same thing. And they don't really get with people that's going to be a good match for them. Females will go for a dude because he work out. He got a good haircut. He wear the sneakers that she want. And, you know, she going to give him the panties and she going to let him skeet in her. And then what's going to happen is she going to get pregnant. Dudes, they going to go for girls that's twerking and they look a certain kind of way. And at the end of the day, that's just superficial. That's not really going to turn into anything. So when we have conversations about why these relationships are not elevated to a level where people become lifetime partners, or why they're not able to build forever, is because everything is based on superficial things. It's not based on anything of any importance or any value or any substance, right? If you go to the club right now, this is real. You go to the club right now, you see somebody, you're not going to go for, let me not say what you're not going to go for, but a lot of females may not go for the dude that might be a square, that might be family orientated. First off, I think you might be messing up because you went to the club and tried to meet somebody in the first place. But if you do meet them there, right, in that type of environment, because environment counts too, right? If you meet them there, you're not going to go for the guy who doesn't look traditionally how you would want someone to look. You're going to want them to look a certain kind of way, wear a certain type of clothes, present themselves in a certain type of manner, and that may not be for you. Right, because there's tons of other chicks that's on top of him too, and the same thing for guys. So I think we set ourselves up for failure because we're just looking at the physical aspects and we're not really looking at the person. At the end of the day, what our match would be.
Yeah,
Oh, you're looking at.
I can agree.
Good.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can agree with that as far as everything being so superficial. Like people aren't. I feel like a lot of people don't know who they are. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they want, what they need. So they go for the superficial, the physique. Oh, he wearing a new J's. He got like, baby, at the end of the day, none of that matters. Like, no. At all. Like, what about the serious conversations? Looking at who a person is, their character, their morals, their values. Like, are they family oriented? Like, all of those play such a huge role. And I feel like people don't even think about that stuff. It's like almost non-existent, which is crazy to me.
Let me say something real quick. Can I know the age of every single female that's on this panel real quick?
Why?
Woman that's on this panel? I'm just because I'm going to say something. I just need to know the age.
Yeah, see, I be wondering what you be, the reason why you ask some of the questions you asked you, because
go ahead, answer.
Upper 30s.
Hook me up.
30s.
You're what?
Upper 30s.
All right, 30. Next.
Assume 28. I'll be 28 on Friday, guys.
28. Yes, I remember you. You're still in your 20s. You didn't hit that 3-0 yet. You ain't got that 3 in front of your number yet. So you still thinking one way. The other two? Other three?
I'm 32.
Anybody? 32. Okay. The lingerie model. How old?
Miss Charlotte.
No, I'm not a lingerie model. I'm a lingerie owner.
Charlotte.
Owner, model, both.
Why you even address her as that?
I apologize. I'm sorry. I got her name. I'm sorry.
And if you are, hold on. And if you are going to do research, I am an actress and a model and a business owner. I have 2 businesses.
Congratulations. Salute to you. I respect it.
But I'm in my
respect
30s.
the hustle. All right, in your 30s.
Big applause. Right. Yeah.
So the thing that I didn't hear anybody say yet is the fact that once women get into the dating market and they get into it early, they don't want to look for the things that, you know, women are in their 30s or 40s are talking about now. Women's in their 40s are talking about marriage, but when they're 20, they're like, man, you want to know a part of the element of the, you know what I'm saying, sexual marketplace? It's the different sex with different men. That's exciting to them. And knowing that she can get with a guy that's going to thrash the shit out of her. She wants that. Pay attention to the music that they listen to. Pay attention to their Instagram. Pay attention to how they dress. Like, a lot of things are indications of what they want and how they want it done. So they spend a lot of time in their early years doing that. But then once that 3-0 hits, boy, that's when the epiphany hits. They're like, oh shit, time for me to get serious. Nobody's talking about that. That's what it is. And it's like after they done racked up a healthy body count of all those flavors, them 37 flavors of Baskin Robbins or 31, however many, now they start talking serious, like right now. All right? That's what it is.
And I would say,